Hi, welcome to Ridefit Advanced. I'm Tammy Prevost, creator of the Ridefit program. I'm here in the Ridefit studio getting ready to show you some of the awesome exercises that are really going to take your riding to the next level. So I'm really excited that you decided to have Ridefit be part of your riding journey. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love to hear from you. Let's get started. Okay, let's get started on our Ridefit Advanced workout. But first, we always want to warm up our body, starting from the top and going down. So as you may remember from the last videos, we'll start with our nose circles. Pretend that your nose is the hand on a clock and make it move all the way around the face of the clock. First in one direction, and then in the other direction. Be sure to begin your breathing already, releasing any tension in your neck, inhaling fresh oxygen in, and exhaling the stale air. And let's change directions. It's really important to warm up your neck muscles, these small little muscles that are oftentimes held in tension without our even knowing it. It's good to make sure that they get some mobility and that you release any tension that you might be holding in your neck. Okay, let's come back to center and we'll start with our shoulder circles. So arms will be up about shoulder height. We're just going to lift the shoulders up, roll them back and down. I'll turn to the side so you can see exactly how this motion goes. Up, back, and down. Arms stay nice and straight. And the shoulders get this movement isolated right inside those shoulder joints. Now you might hear some popping and cracking, and that's totally normal. And at first, it might be really difficult to make this movement without bending your arms around. Do try to keep the arms nice and straight and the motion isolated to the shoulders. Now that may mean that you can only make a tiny little movement. That's okay. Do the best that you can. And now that we have started mobilizing these joints, let's go ahead and make a full range of motion with our arms. Now, those of you who've had shoulder injuries, rotator cuff issues, maybe have had frozen shoulder, you might find this a little bit challenging. So what I want you to do is to follow your hand with your eyes. This is going to significantly increase the range of motion that you're capable of in your shoulder. Even if you think you can't go through this full range of motion, give it a try and follow your hand with your eyes. Always remember to breathe nice and deeply and make these nice big arm circles here. Okay. Now let your arms flop. We're going to make our torso twist. So feet about shoulder width apart again. We're just going to twist the upper body and allow the arms to flop around and smack you in the hips. The bigger the twist, the more effective this warm-up will be. So follow the twist with your eyes and see how far behind you can actually get your eyes to see. Keep your hips fairly stable and be careful not to twist in the knees. We want the upper body only to be warming up so far. Breathe deeply, releasing any tension of the day. All right, let's move on to skipping. You don't have to be outside in the barn, in the arena, or on the road to do our skip with a twist. We can do it right here in our living rooms. So let's get the timer and get started. Remember to add a nice twist, following that twist with your eyes the whole time. And breathe. Good job. "15 seconds. Keep going. And done. Good job. Next, we'll come down to the mat for our seat bone walk. All right, here we are on our mat. So we're going to start walking on our seat bones. But this time, we're going to make it a little more advanced. So, see if you can bring your diagonal shoulder and hip forward together. So, right shoulder with left hip, left shoulder with right hip. And then backwards. Really get that mobility through your hips. And forward again, diagonally. Keep breathing. All right, our next exercise in Ridefit Advanced is going to include our balance ball. So go ahead and grab your balance ball, and I'll grab mine and meet me right back here. Right then, here we are with our balance ball, and I've put something here to put my feet against to support me when I'm doing the next 3 exercises. So I encourage you to make sure that you're positioned with your ball where you can brace your feet against something that's solid and stable. Otherwise, you might slide away. So find that great place for you, and then let's go on to our next exercise. For this one, we're going to place our feet against the place that we have to brace ourselves, and we're going to roll forward onto our balls so that we're on our stomach on the ball. From here, we're going to lift our arms out in front of us, and we're going to do what I call a tree of worship. We're going to lift and lower. So let's do this for 1 minute. Make sure this is a slow and controlled movement. We don't need any herky-jerky or power contractions when we ride horses. So let's make sure we've got total control. Now, if this feels like it's a little too difficult for you, go ahead and cross your arms across your chest or bring them behind you to help you make that movement. If you feel any strain in your low back from doing this, perhaps you have some back issues and your back is a little bit weak, go ahead and roll your ball forward towards your chest and make the movement more isolated to the upper back. But always challenge yourself. And that's our minute. So, the next exercise, we're going to go ahead and turn to the side. So we're actually going to be sideways to the ball. I'll show you how to get on the ball for this. Go ahead and bring your arm across the ball and reach toward the floor. roll yourself up onto the ball, and your lower leg is going to come forward and brace against your stable place. Your upper leg is going to go backwards so that your legs are in a triangle. Now this is really key because the wider your legs are apart, the more stable you're going to be on the ball. But we want your body to be completely perpendicular to the ball. Now, we're just going to bring our hands up behind our heads, and we're going to make a nice, slow side crunch here for 1 minute. Again, be really slow and deliberate about this, and feel the contraction from under your shoulder here, all the way down into your hip. As you feel that contraction, also feel for the stretch on the underside of your body. And as always, breathe nice and deeply. This exercise is great for stabilizing laterally in the saddle. And let's go ahead and switch sides. Now you can just go ahead and turn around and go to the other side. I'm going to have to move my little chest here, so I'll be right back when I've done that. All right, here we are on the other side, ready to do our side crunch, and let's go. Slow and controlled. And really feel for that stretch on the underside of your body. And keep breathing. Again, if this exercise feels really hard and you're really struggling with it, go ahead and bring one arm down and reach towards your knee, but continue to make as large of a range of motion as you possibly can. This is a really important exercise. All right, good job. Since we've already got our balls here, let's go on to the next exercise, which is a little more advanced and particularly excellent for jumper riders. So it's great for dressage riders and every other rider too, but for jumper riders, this is really going to make a difference for your riding. So we're going to stand up, and I encourage you to make sure that your ball is close to something that you can hold on to here, because this one is really going to be a balance challenge for you. So with your ball next to this nice stable spot, you're going to go ahead and put your knees up on the ball, balancing yourself with your catch spot while you do it. Once you're up here, you can either put your hands on your waist, or you can bring your hands out into a riding position. Those of you who are jumpers, go ahead and make yourself into a 2-point position. You're going to balance here for 1 minute. Breathe deeply and really feel how your upper body impacts the balance of the ball. Keep your back nice and flat and relaxed. This is really key. We don't want any really arched backs because that's going to cause strain on your back. So just make it nice and flat. Now, if you really want to take this up a notch, as a jumper rider, pretend that you're folding over the jump into a release and come back into your normal 2-point position. So fold over the jump and come back to 2 points. This is really going to improve your balance over the fences, as well as just continue to challenge your balance in different ways. Here we go. That was our 1 minute. So let's go ahead and grab hold of our slack and roll off the ball. Good job. Let's go ahead and put your ball away, and we'll go to the next couple of exercises, which will be lying on our sides on the mat. So the first one is called a one-armed side push-up. And here's the pose. So lying on your side with your knees bent, all the way down on your shoulder, you're just going to wrap your lower arm up around your rib cage here. I'll do it with the timer in my hand. And then the upper arm is going to be used to push you up off the mat. So here's what it looks like. Press up and come down. Now some of you are going to think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. It's really not as hard as it looks, I promise. However, if you're not used to this sort of movement in your arms, go ahead and straighten your leg out so that it takes a little bit of the weight off of your upper body and you can push up a little more easily. But as always, I encourage you to challenge yourself and make this exercise a little bit of effort for yourself. We make the best changes in our bodies when we struggle at it. So find your struggle zone and let's do this. Keep breathing. There, that was 1 minute. That wasn't so hard. Let's go ahead and go over to the other side. Again, wrap your lower arm up over your chest and let's go. If you want to make this exercise more challenging for yourself, go ahead and press up with a hop so that your hand comes completely off the mat. But be sure that no matter how you do this, you absolutely control your rate of descent down to the mat. Since we're already right here on our mats, we're just going to transition into the next exercise, which is going to open our chest. So lying here, still on your side, go ahead and reach your hands out in front of you. And then with your head resting on the mat, you're going to just open the top arm as though you're opening a book. Open it all the way back. Explore the range of motion that you can achieve at this point, and then bring it closed again. Inhale as you open the arm back, and exhale as you close the arm forward. Now we're going to change this exercise up a little bit. And with our fingers on the floor, we're just going to drag those fingers up and around our body, all the way around in a large circle. Now the key here is to follow those fingers with your eyes for as far as you possibly can. At some point, you're going to lose the view of your fingers, and that's okay. Just keep trying to follow them with your eyes until you can pick them up again. Let the hand drag across your hip and continue the circles. You'll make 5 more circles here, following those fingers with your eyes. And last circle here. Breathing deeply. All right, now that you've completed this circle, go ahead and bring your arms back to the starting point, and we're gonna open the book again. Checking our range of motion again to see if it's changed any at all. So let's do this one more time. Inhaling as you open the book, and exhaling as you close it. Good job. Let's go ahead and change to the other side. Again, all the way down on your shoulder. On this side, we're just gonna open the arm again 2 times. Checking that range of motion on this side of the chest. Exhaling as we close and inhaling as we open. And again, we're going to drag those fingers up and around, making a big circle all the way around our bodies and following the fingers as far as we can with our eyes. Five more circles, just like this. Last circle. And bring your hands back to the starting point. And once again, we're going to open to the back and close. One more time, open and inhale. And close and exhale. Excellent. Go ahead and sit up and feel your chest. Does it feel more open? Okay, let's stay right back here on the mat. And we'll do our last exercise, which is called a reverse plank. Now, when we start thinking about core strength as riders, most often we think about our abs. And we totally forget that we have this entire back body that really needs to be nice and strong. So this is an excellent exercise for those of us who aren't doing enough back strengthening. It's going to strengthen your entire back body from your shoulders all the way down your legs. So we're going to come back into the position here. You can do this either on your elbows or you can do it up on your arms, whatever feels most comfortable for you. But I want you to make sure that your arms are directly beneath your shoulders so that your shoulders have a nice stable support. And then we're just going to lift our hips up off the mat, balancing on our heels and our elbows or heels and our arms. So get ready. We're doing it for 60 seconds. And go. Keep those hips nice and high. Keep those hands directly beneath the shoulders and breathe. You can keep your head neutral so that you don't get any strain on your neck. Really lift those hips up. Now, if you think you're about to die, and we've only been doing this for a few seconds, go ahead and turn this into a lift and lower exercise. But if you're strong enough, and even if you're not, really challenge yourself. Try to keep those hips up for the full 60 seconds. And there we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Now, after I do this exercise, I strongly encourage you to do what I do, which is just kind of reach forward for your toes. Get a nice stretch through your whole body. Back needs to stay really flat. So if you can't reach your toes, just reach your knees. But do your best to get a nice stretch through the whole back body. Good job. The longer you do this exercise, the stronger your whole back body will become, and the easier it's going to be to sit on your horse. Now, I would really encourage you at this point to go straight into some of those hip and shoulder twists or the crescent post flow to really increase the mobility of your body right now that it's warm. Now that we've contracted some of those muscles, it's going to be easier for them to stretch and release and get more mobility through your whole body. So that would be what I would suggest for you to do right now. So that's your Ridefit Advanced workout. Did you like it? I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. I'm Tammy Prevost, founder of Ridefit. Wishing you a great ride and reminding you to ride fit.